What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another mock draft live on the FanDuel pages. I'm Blaiden Kirk, and today we're doing the craziest mock draft known to man. If you're watching on TikTok, I will be live on the FanDuel Twitch, my Twitch, the FanDuel YouTube, so make sure you tune in there as well if you want to actually follow along with this mock draft. It will be a lot of fun. Rams going to shock everyone and grab Milrow at 26. I'm going to really try my best to find like a good landing spot for Milrow, good landing spot for Shador, make everyone happy with the whole quarterback situation stuff. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to do something absolutely crazy. You got Hunter going to the Bills. I'm not going to go that crazy. I'm not going to do something like the Bills trade up to get Hunter. No way. Blaiden, do I like the NHL? I love watching hockey live. I live in Columbus, so like the Blue Jackets are the team here, but I have not been following them, and I would like to go to a game at some point. Please explain the Herbert Burrow take. Just watch the video, man. Herbert's just better. Opinion on the return of Flacco. I've heard Cam. I understand why they brought Flacco back. Flacco is the last quarterback the Browns made the playoffs with, so that makes sense. But I don't know, man. I'm not like moved by it. It's not super exciting. I heard Cam Ward has issues. Sounds like he's going to the Saints at 9. I wonder if Tom here is a Saints fan. Do you think Deshaun got one shot? No, it's over. The fact that Haslam came out and said, "Yeah, no, we messed up," it's over. Jihad to the Bucks will feed families. I just don't know if he falls that far, man. But a team might be really interested in like. I don't know, Williams or something. But let's get into this. First pick on the clock. Actually, I should be able to do trades during. Yes, I can. Okay. I just had to make sure. I was like, I don't want to start unless I can still do trades, but I can. First pick, obviously, I am going to stick to the way things seem to be going with Tennessee. And I'm going to say they trade out. No, they're going to take Cam Ward here. Actually, no. Let me start out the gate. Let me start out the gate getting crazy here. We're going to have the New England Patriots trade up from 4 to 1 for Travis Hunter. That's what we're going to have them do. We're going to have them trade up from 4 to 1 for Travis Hunter. They probably give up. I don't know what. I'm trying to think about what is like reasonable to give up moving up from 4 to 1. I'm trying to think about. I don't know what exactly that looks like. Probably like that would be very stupid. No, it would be crazy, right? Why wouldn't they just trade with the Browns at 2 if the Titans are taking Ward? No, because it's the Patriots are calling to trade up to 4, right? Or to trade up to 1. It's the Patriots are on the phone. They're calling to trade up, right? They're calling to trade up to 1 to get Travis. It's not the Titans are calling to trade back. It's the Patriots are calling to trade up. Harold Fannin, you are a Carolina Panther. Oh, that's so true, brother. That's so true. What would it be like? The 4 and probably like a 3, right? Like probably like a 3 next year. Sure. The mock draft simulator said it was accepted. All right. Now the Titans are freaking out because it's like, well, we traded back, but now the Browns are on the clock and they're probably going to take Cam Ward. So now they call up the Browns and they say, oh my gosh. Well, first of all, Travis Hunter to the Patriots. Bang. Done. Okay. Now we've got a receiver in New England. Now the Browns are on the clock, and they want to take Cam Ward. They're super excited. but the Titans call him with an offer that they just can't refuse. And it's basically they just give up what they just got. No, they would give up. They would try and give up a 4. I'm trying to think about how they could like value max this. They would want a player. They would want a player from Cleveland probably. Or Cleveland would want a player from Tennessee, right? Maybe that's Latham, maybe that's Hooker. I could see the Browns wanting Amani Hooker there. Maybe a guy like Arden Key. I don't know. I'm trying to think about what's the best value play here for both Tennessee and Cleveland. Right? Would Arden Key be, if the Titans wanted Ward, they could have sticked and picked in the Pats trade with the Browns for Travis. Is that the best way to do this? Is that the best way to do this? The Titans just say we're taking Ward no matter what, and then the Patriots call Cleveland. You might be right. We're gonna start over and we're gonna do it that way. Sorry, everyone. Someone spoke some sense into me. All right. So first on the clock, Tennessee. They're gonna take Cam, right? And then the Patriots are going to call up Cleveland because you're right. Trying to like loophole this, do some draft day bullshit. It's not going to work out. 4 up to 2. They give up. What? Apparently, Cleveland is not interested. I need to advise. I'm getting messages from teams saying they're going to take me in the first round, but I don't want to play football. Well, here's some advice. Your rookie contract is guaranteed. Take the check, brother. All right, I'm going to have to force this trade, and we're basically just going to do the same thing we did before. Okay, New England's now on the clock. They're taking Travis. Right. Now, the Giants are on the clock, and, normally they would take a quarterback in this situation, but no quarterbacks on the board. We will probably just take, we could take Campbell. We could take Mason Graham. I like Mason Graham a lot. Him and Dex would be absolutely masterful. I think we'll do that. Just crazy shit, man, because I can. Now the Browns are back on the clock, right? And you're thinking, well, at this point, they're definitely going to take like either Carter or Kyle. Yo, is that the drummer for Atessa? Oh my gosh. Anywho, offer Cleveland Drake May. Yo, I should have, dude. I should have put Drake May in that trade offer. That's so true, brother. Why didn't I think of that? But anyway, the Browns here are on the clock. And they could either take Abdul Carter, they could take Ashton Genty. Those would be my 2 best prospects left available. Or they could trade back again. Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. I mean, just think about how many draft picks we could have, man. We already have so many. We could have even more. We could. I mean, think about it, right? If you're a team like, I don't know, Chicago, and you really like Ashton Genty, maybe you trade up. Maybe you trade up for Ashton Genty or Abdul. Who would really want to trade up for Carter, right? Like Cincinnati, maybe. Cincinnati trade up for Carter. That would be crazy, right? Or like, who's someone else that really needs a pass rusher? I'm trying to think. I can't betray my Cincinnati Reds. They're so good on the ice. Shador leans, dude. No way, dude. This would be so funny, right? The Saints trade up for Shador Sanders would be crazy, or they could probably just get him at 9, right? Why don't we just take the town and push it somewhere? Tampa trades up for, oh, dude, that would be crazy. Oh, hold on. Actually, that would be insane. I just because like, dude, they really could. I don't even know what their draft capital looks like to pull something like that off. Okay, there we go. I feel like you'd have to give up two ones to make that move up, you know? Or you could do 1953. They're not interested in trading for this pick. Send them Baker Mayfield back, man. Oh my gosh. No, I'm not going to do anything crazy. I'm not going to do anything that crazy. I will take Carter here. All right, we'll take Carter there. Jags are on the clock. Probably just take Tet. I'm trying to see. So my thing is it'll probably go like Tet, Genty, Campbell, and then I'd probably go like Mike Green here. So would there be a team to trade up for a receiver there? A team to trade up? Okay, so I think these picks can kind of just go pretty straightforward, right? And then we're going to, oh. No, that's, okay, hold on. No, I messed up. I know what I meant to do, okay? I know what I meant to do. Okay. Hold on. Cam Ward, trade Patriots 4-2 and a 3 next year. We'll make it a 2 because it's my team. I can do what I want. Right? And then the Patriots take Hunter. And then they take Graham, Carter, Tet. And now here's what we're going to do. We're going to trade. We're going to have Tampa trade up with the Raiders. Number 6, 19. Do a 3, and we'll do 121 and a 3 next year. We have to force the trade. Like, no way we get Hunter. Oh, yeah, we're doing a mock draft, baby. But we're doing something absolutely insane. Okay. If, Carla, 10 a.m. tomorrow, man. TikTok comments thought you were serious when you said Fannon's basically Antonio Gates, but better. I mean, you're right, so. All right, we're forcing this trade. I don't know if that's actually realistic. I don't care. All right, now Tampa is going to take Mike Green. No, they're going to trade up, and they're going to take Mike Green. They're going to take Mike Green here. And then the Jets are still going to take Will Campbell. And now, am I tripping? Oh, Okay, I didn't realize Jalen Walker was so low on the PFF board here. The Panthers are going to take Jalen Walker, right? And apparently it's the guy they wanted all along or something like that, man. I don't. And now the Saints are here, and, you know, it feels like they're going to take a quarterback, you know? Like, everyone's saying now they're going to take a quarterback, but they're actually going to do something, like, really, really crazy. And they're going to and they're going to take Jalen. Do I dare? There's no way, right? Because here's the thing, like, it would be so insane. It would be so insane, right? Or if they took Dart, dude. Saints run out of time and forfeit the pick if we want to get crazy. When was the last time that happened? That's happened like this millennia. Like it's like relatively recent the last time that's happened, right? When was the last time an NFL team ran out of time at the draft? In 2003, the Minnesota Vikings ran out of time and had to pass on making the 7th overall pick. That's so... Dude, can I do that? Like, is that a thing? And Chicago, like, swoops in and takes the pick. But it's like Chicago probably wouldn't end up taking. It would need to be someone... I was way off on the pick. 7 is tough. No, that's brutal, dude. 2003. That's hilarious. That's insane, dude. I can't even, like, imagine that. Okay, so 9 overall, the Saints. What is the craziest thing the Saints could do here? Right? I mean, with the Derek Carr stuff, maybe they just take a quarterback, and maybe it's Sanders, maybe it's Milroe, and that would be... I think Milroe would be a more funny pick. Sanders feels like a Saints player, though, like off rip. We had the Giants taking Mason Graham 3rd overall. Another tackle with a mean streak. Oh, no. We've got to have them trade back and get Pierce. They're trading back and they're taking James Pierce, dude. The question is, who are they trading back with? We're gonna have. Do we have the Steelers trade up for a quarterback here? Is that the play? I don't think they would need to, though. You know, there's just not a lot of teams that. Why else did they bring Dable back? Well, here's the thing. No, dude, that's the play. That's the play. As soon as they realize that, like, oh, dude. Oh, dude, this is, hold on. Hold on, baby. Where are they? New York Giants. They're going to give up a 1. They're going to give up 65. We're forcing this trade. Oh, this is brutal, dude. And now dude. You're so smart. No one is thinking of this, right? Like no one thinks to do this stuff. No one thinks the way that I think. Oh, we're back. All right, so just to clarify, the Giants are coming out of this with Mason Graham and Shedeur Sanders. Saints follow through with the Tyler. And exactly, they're gonna get Shug in oh, well, they now don't have another. So I need to get them back in the first round of this draft to do something. I'll get them something here. Oh, Levi, dude. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through the first 9 picks here. Cam Ward goes number 1 to the Titans. The Patriots then trade up to number 2 to take Travis Hunter. The Giants take Mason Graham. The Browns take Abdul Carter. The Jags get Tet McMillan. The the Buccaneers trade up to 6 to get Mike Green. The Jets take Will Campbell. The Panthers take Jalen Walker. The Giants then trade up again into the first round with the Saints and take Shedeur Sanders, number 9. At number 10, we're gonna take Genty, man. That's Genty to the Bears. Yes. That's a good play there. OMG the chaos. Dude, chaos isn't the word. I could still do Jahad Campbell to the 49ers if I wanted. I could. I really could. Do I dare? Your washing machine blew up? No, dude, you have to be joking. That's got to be a lie, dude. The Patriots gave up, I think, a 3 or no, they gave up a 2 to move up 2 spots. As they should, it's my team. My girlfriend is trying to FaceTime me. She doesn't know that I'm live right now. She's not watching the live right now. Breaks my heart. She doesn't know that I'm live right now. Embarrassing. What did the Patriots trade? Yeah, they gave up a 2. I already answered that. They gave up a 2 to move up 2 spots for Travis Hunter, which is fantastic value, of course. So the 49ers are now on the clock. Let's take FanDuel stream. I'm thinking I might. No. I don't know what I should say. Like, morally, I'm like, your washing machine blew up. Maybe you should take care of that. Well, yeah, they gave up their 4th overall pick and a 2nd to move up. They gave up a 2nd to move up from 4 to 2. Not, yeah. The Browns just give up their 2nd overall pick for a 2nd rounder. Cowboys say Gray's able because he's got grit and sneaky athleticism. Your wish is my command, brother. So we're gonna do. I feel like they might actually take a corner here. Like I could see Will Johnson to the 49ers. I could see. Maybe they take an offensive lineman. Yeah, well, you know what? We will go with how old are each of these guys? I always forget how old they are. Banks is 21. Simmons is 22. Because I'm like, I want to plan to like they got rid of. Because they got rid of Banks, and I'm like, well, maybe they're just like they just want to get younger, kind of like the Chiefs, We're gonna go with Banks, because isn't that what they did? They got rid of Banks, so we're gonna replace Banks with Banks. Sure. That's what we'll do, and then yeah, we'll take Zabel here for the Cowboys because someone said it. Right? It's like why would they do that? I don't know. And now we're gonna have Let me think about this. What if, hear me out, okay? I'm trying to think about where I need the Saints to come back in, right? And I feel like because I'm going to have them take a quarterback, but I'm not going to have them do that until the second round. Oh, okay. I thought I was lagging for a second. I'm like, how? I'm not running anything crazy. Nice sweatshirt. Where'd you get it? Oh, my girlfriend got it for me. My girlfriend got it for me. We're doing 2 rounds. All right, so do we continue the run of offensive linemen here? Because that's kind of what it would end up being, and we go like Membao. Or do we take a DB, like Starks maybe? We're gonna take nope, that's not. So they still have Ramsey, but then on the other side it's like, dude, it was rough like at the other corner spot, and they really don't have like anyone else in the secondary. So yeah, that might be the play here is we give them a DB. I guess we'll go Starks, or we could go Barron, but I feel like Starks makes more sense for what they will want. Colts from the clock, man. They're gonna trade back here. I think we're gonna have the Saints. Maybe not the Saints, but we'll have someone. I want to play something. Oh. Yeah, I like what I'm about to do here. Okay. I mean, dude, I feel like the trading system in here is not the play. I think I already took Walker. Yeah, Jalen Walker to the Panthers, baby. No, we are taking for the Chargers. We're taking Egbuka. We're taking Egbuka, baby. It's going to be goated. It's going to be goated. Taking Egbuka there. Now the Falcons are here. This is going. Oh, should we do Ezzy? That would be kind of nuts. That feels right. Either Ezzy. It's got to be Ezzy, right? Like you could go Campbell, but like, or maybe Stewart or Williams. But I feel like let's go Ezzy here. I like that pick. Take another really old quarterback. Take another one, dude. Walker is already off the board, fellas. I hate to say it. And now the Cardinals are on the clock. Well, I guess we should just take Will Johnson. We did that last time. We could take Barron, though. How does Tennessee even think about passing up on Travis Hunter? No QB or not. Hey, in my last mock, I had them taking Travis, and everyone got mad at me. So this time they're taking Cam. Bills trade up for Johnson. I like it. I like where your head is at. Buffalo, 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 Buffalo. Here comes a Buffalo. You're cooking, dude. You're cooking. in return, the Cardinals will receive. They'll get. Do we give them? Okay, I swear the Bills extended someone. Who? I need to check my free agency grades here. Extended. They extended Rousseau. Okay. I'm trying to see, like, should I trade Ed Oliver? Or like Daquan Jones? Maybe Daquan Jones makes more sense, right? We do like Holmes gets aggressive on draft day. And Mike Green's already gone, man. I had Tampa trade up for Mike Green. I fear. We're going to give up Daquan Jones like 132. Bang! All right, and now they will take Will Johnson. Beautiful. This is not beautiful. This is disgusting to watch, man. And then should we have the Bengals probably take Walter Nolan, because they took a Michigan defensive lineman last year and it didn't work out, you know? So, you know, it only makes sense like either Nolan or maybe they take Harmon, you know? Harmon's 6'5", 310. Nolan is 6. Yeah, maybe they take like just like a bigger. It's like a little taller, a little heavier. Holmes gets aggressive on. Has Jihad been taken? He has not. I'm gonna take him soon. Maybe I do it for the Raiders. That might be the play. So I think we'll do Nolan here. Or do I said I was gonna go Harmon, right? No, we just gotta go Nolan. We gotta go Nolan. All right, and then there's no way I can like work myself around like Seattle taking an offensive lineman. They absolutely have to. They will be taking. They'll take Membao here probably, right? Or do they take Simmons? Everyone loves Membao, so I feel like I should just take. Seattle can take Warren or Loveland. They have to take Membao. That's what I'm like. I feel like if Membao's here, they have to take him, right? It would be like a crazy fall for him. Campbell to the Bengals could be good, yes, but it's going to be better Campbell to the Raiders. All right, now Denver's on the clock here. Yeah, if you guys are in the TikTok chat and you want to pay attention to the actual draft board as it's happening, I am live on both my Twitch and the FanDuel Twitch and the FanDuel YouTube as well. So make sure you guys tune into one of those so you can actually follow along the actual draft board. But the Patriots ended up getting Travis Hunter. They traded up with Cleveland, took him number 2. So now Denver's on the clock here. A couple of different things they could do. They're a little light at running back. I could see them doing that. And maybe because of that, this is the point. Oh, dude. Okay, how do we... Okay, so Pittsburgh is like calling every team in the NFL, right? They're like, okay, if the Saints call to trade up for a quarterback, you need to call us immediately. All right? And everyone's like, okay, like if you say so, man. Denver gets the call from New Orleans, and New Orleans is like, hey, man, look, we don't have a first-round pick right now. We will give up a pretty penny, honestly, to come up in and take a quarterback. And they tell the Steelers that. They're like, look, man, they're willing to give up like their second and a 1 next year to move up. And they're like, okay, whatever it takes. And the Steelers are going to give up. They're going to give up. All right, it's going to be 21 for 20, and they're going to give up. They're like, the best we can do. Like, we don't have a second. All right, we can give up. You know, a 2 next year. We could give up a 1 next year. You know. Or, you know, we could give you a 3, and we could give you. Why is Russell Wilson listed here, man? Not on the team. Anyway, we could give you George Pickens. Brown's taking Jackson Dart round 1. Keep talking. I'll make the Steelers take Jackson Dart round 1. Yo, was that proper pickles, dude? Goat. All right. Dude, we'll give you our 3 this year. And the best we can do is a 2, and they're like, nope, that. But here's the thing, right? The Saints are calling, and they're like, yeah, we want to get back in the first, but the Saints aren't even taking a quarterback. That's the thing that the Steelers don't know is the is that the Broncos are just trying to fleece them. So they're like, go ahead, trade with the Saints. But really, truly, the Broncos would like to stay in the first round so that they can get. I'm trying to like really, really swing this crazy. So they can go in and bring in another receiver. Really, I mean, because it's Cortland Sutton, Mims, Troy Franklin. Like it's kind of frail out there. They would like to stay in the first round, to be honest. And like, you know what, Pittsburgh, we like you, so we're gonna make this deal work for you. And they're like, oh, thank you so much. So they give up a 3 to move up 1 spot. Oh, we're gonna force this. We're gonna force this trade. And now Pittsburgh here takes. Did I already take? Oh, I already took Shador. Oh, the Giants. I forgot they did that already. Yeah, they're taking Jackson Dart, big dog. I already made it happen. It's happening. And now the Broncos are going to take Matthew Golden. It's the guy they wanted all along. The Colts. You know, I would take Loveland here. But man, wouldn't it be crazy if they took Fannin? Wouldn't that be insane? I'm just going to take Loveland, dude. He falls to them. And it's great. Packers are on the clock. And the Saints are calling one more time. Please, please, please. And they're like, well, what do you have to give? I'm just like, well, we can give you pick 71 and a 2 next year. They're like, oh, do you have any players that we might want? We could really use a receiver. We kind of want to take a receiver here. They're like, we could give you, no, we can't give you a receiver. Not really. Packers trade back is reasonable as a I'm just like, well, here's the thing. Is like the Saints don't have, I'm trying to like finagle the Saints into like quarterback territory here is what I'm trying to do. But I just don't think I'm going to be able to do it. Or like just getting back into the first round at all. But I just don't think I'm going to be able to do it. So Packers, I do think I'm going to have them taking a receiver. Oh, but all the guys that I would take are probably gone. Burden wouldn't be bad, but do they take Warren, dude? No. I feel like if those guys are gone, it's gotta be Shamar, or Shamar is available. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll take Stewart here. For his grandpa's team. We'll go Shamar Stewart here. Now the Vikings are on the clock. I haven't done anything crazy with the Vikings yet. What's something crazy? They've got McCarthy. They got Jettas. Maybe they could use a running back. Maybe they could use... I mean, Hampton's here. Kenneth Grant hasn't gone yet. Tyler Warren, I feel like they wouldn't take. If the Saints move up, Vikings only have 4 total picks. You know what? That's probably the play, right? The Vikings don't have a lot of resources to play with right now. It would be beneficial for them to at least give themselves something to work with. Right? The Saints don't have a ton, but they got stuff, right? And it'd probably be better for them to come out of this with like a bundle of picks than anything else. So if they did like 40, I mean, would it be, I'm trying to think, would it be all 3 of these? 40, 65, and 71? Saints offer Kool-Aid to Green Bay. Oh, oh, that would be so funny. Why didn't I think of that? Saints offer Kool-Aid to Green Bay. That would have been so funny. Man, dude. That's why I can't do this alone, because I don't think of the great stuff like that. Kamara to Minnesota. Ooh. No, because the idea is, we're trying to give Minnesota picks, right? So if anything, if we include, right, like who's a player that the Saints could really benefit from? Like if we offer 40, 65, and 71, they really don't have anyone that I really can't finesse like anyone off of here, I feel like. Hawkinson, I could see that. Eric Kendricks. Would the Saints want that though? Like, I think it might just have to be. I'd be down to throw Hawkinson in that swing. I'd be. Let me just make sure Hawkinson isn't on like a new extension or anything. Minnesota, where are they? Here they are. It does not appear so. Yeah, so I think we will just make that work. All right, so we will offer this. And it goes through. All right, so the Saints are back in play in the first round here. They don't have any picks remaining. But now the Saints, who do we want the Saints to take here? They're sitting at 24. Some of the top consensus players left. Barron's here. They probably wouldn't take him. I could see Tyler Warren. Luther Burden's available. Hampton probably wouldn't go offensive line. I mean, they did bring back Aaron Jones. Travis Hunter is not available, dude. Warren. That's what I'm feeling like. Warren seems like Quinn. I don't know if they would take a quarterback, man. I'm seeing Burden. Oh, he just got here. Okay, Burden, Warren. We'll throw that as we'll throw that as a potential duo here, or as a potential head-to-head. So Burden or Warren. Chat, let me know what you want to see in New Orleans. QB next season. They want that first overall pick. Arch, Kellen Mond. Warren falling this far, they have to take him. Trading back up for Warren. I feel like that's probably the play. All right. I think we're going to do run it with Rattler. I think we're going to do Warren here. We'll do Tyler Warren. They trade the farm to move back up for Tyler Warren. And now the Texans are on the clock. I feel like they have to take offensive line. Josh Simmons, I'm pretty sure, is the best guy available. I don't think there's any other way I can swing that. Rams are sitting here at 26. Burden to the Rams. Dude, honestly, I kind of wish I had gone Burden for the Saints because then I could have gotten Warren for the Rams. That would have been a crazy fit. Dude. We could go Fannin. Oh, we could go Fannin. Oh, dude, I could go Fannin. Everyone will be so mad if I go Fannin here, but here's the thing, right? Like, they could probably get him. Oh, I don't think they have a second rounder. They don't. Oh, so this is like a really important pick for them. No, for the Saints, we ended up, the Saints got Tyler Warren. The Texans got Josh Simmons. We're on the Rams right now at 26. We're thinking about Fannin. Because Warren's gone. But I feel like I have to take Burden here as like the next best pass catching weapon. But like, dude, they already have Puka, they have Adams and Tutu. Like, does adding that really do anything? I almost wonder. I would probably rather take like a DB or something at like here, honestly. For the love of Matt. Yeah, let me not piss Matt off here. I feel like Barron is probably the best pick here. Right? Like, I think that's what I'm going to do. I wonder if the Romans ever thought Blaiden Kirk would be on TikTok Live. Men used to go to war, and now they sit on TikTok and go live in purple hoodies and talk about the NFL draft. Take Fannin. You need an insane pick like this. Okay, hold on. Let's take a moment. Let's take a beat and just figure out, is there another spot where I could take Fannin that would be just as, if not crazier, than the Rams? Right? We have the Ravens, we have the Lions, we have the Commanders, the Chiefs. Dude, they try and like phase out. No, dude, they phase out Kelsey with Harold Fannin. Oh, dude, no, I'm doing it. Chiefs need a tackle though. Oh, dude, but it would be so funny. But I could do Fannin in the second round, right? I could do Fannin in the second round. It doesn't have to be now. So I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna put that in my back pocket. For the storyline, it has to be in the first. Oh man. Matt Corral, QB1, and Nola. It's happening, dude. Like, someone's going to give... No, I'm going to take Barron now. The Rams need like, some of this has to be, like, kind of normal. It can't all just be, like, off-the-wall stuff. The Ravens are here. Do I have them take Burden? I mean, they've got Bateman, they got Hopkins, Flowers. The best player who randomly fell to them, like always. So it'd be like either Burden or Kenneth Grant. Yeah, I mean, that's who it would be. And Kenneth Grant would actually be... Yeah, that would be a good fit. I mean, they've got Travis Jones, Matabike. You put him on the other side where they got Broderick Washington. But, like, I think that would be a good fit. Edge rushers, I mean, there'd be Pierce. I'm not that high on Pierce, though, to take. There's Pierce, there's Mykel Williams. Mykel Williams might be the pick here. There's Scorton. And there's, I think, one other guy is still here. No, those are... Pierce. I think we already took Harmon. I think we did. I could be wrong, but I thought we took Harmon. No, we took Nolan. Okay, so I'll give you guys, again, the choice here. Either Kenneth Grant, James Pierce, Mykel Williams, or Derek Harmon. Chat is flooded with Mykel Williams here. There's a Pierce pick there. I see a Pierce and a Grant pick over here. But it seems more leaning towards Mykel Williams, which I don't think would be a bad pick. 6'5", 265. He'd give them some size. He's really young. So, I don't hate that. Pierce is great. I think I like Williams more than Pierce, but because they can get knocked out of the playoffs in the championship this time. That's so real, man. That's so real. We'll take Williams. We'll take Williams there. It's weird, like... I don't think they would actually do that. They would probably be more likely to take Grant. And then the Lions would have taken someone like Williams. But, that's just how the cookie crumbles, man. So now the question is, what does Detroit do? I feel like Detroit could trade back here. They could definitely go to get it. Here's the thing. The last time I did this, I had them staying and taking Pierce. So I can't have them do that again because everyone hated that. Can't have them doing that. And you're right, they won't take Pierce. Like, it would have been, again, I think the most realistic thing would have been, like, the Ravens sit here and take Kenneth Grant, and then the Lions sit here and take Mykel Williams. That, to me, would have been realistic. But I'm just going to have them trade back here. And the question is, who do they trade back with? Maybe Cleveland. Maybe Hairston. I was thinking corner, but I wouldn't take Hairston. Well, who's still on the board? Luther Burden, Kenneth Grant, James Pierce, Marion Hampton, Derek Harmon, Kevin Winston, Trey Amos, Nick Scorton, Darius Alexander, Josh Connerly, Benjamin Morrison, TJ Sanders, Jaden Higgins, Talik Williams, but he's a Cleveland Browns legend, so don't touch him. Oh, dude, you're cooking. Oh, dude, you're cooking. Oh, they're making me... They're making me do the live verification again. Bengals trade in a huge haul. Hendrickson goes to Detroit. And then they take Pierce. Oh, dude, you're so smart. That's really good. Like, that's... Okay. Cincinnati. Where are they? Okay. Trey Hendrickson. I assume they probably also have to give up. I mean, they could probably just do that pick like 1-for-1. I feel like it might not even be a huge haul. Like, that could probably just be 1-for-1. I'm not entirely sure. Like, it feels pretty even value, right? Hendrickson, the 2-time sack leader, just got a massive... I mean, not a massive contract, but it's like in line for a massive contract. Yeah, I think I'll just do it 1-for-1. They need more than one first. So, what if I did 49-60 and then also the Lions give up, what, a 2 next year? So I'm thinking, or maybe it's a 2 next year and 102 this year. So, and the Bengals also give up 81. Maybe, or 119. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. So Cincinnati gets picks 28, 102, and they get a second next year. Detroit gets pick 119 and Trey Hendrickson. Bang. And so now Cincinnati is going to take James Pierce Jr. To me, that's got to be the pick. Like, if you're going to do all that to trade away your best edge rusher, you better bring in another one. And so they've now got 2 solid defenders from this class. Yeah, sound analysis. No, they're taking Pierce, man, not Burden. And then the last time the Commanders were here, I had them taking Hampton, I think. The question is, do I have them doing that again? Or do I do something different? It's just like it's such low-hanging fruit to be like, yeah, they should take a running back and get better in that area. They could also take a corner. Amos is here. Or maybe if we're thinking Hairston, Burden would be so funny. Honest, would that even be... I'm trying to think about... Because they just got rid of... They just got rid of Diami. Oh, but they brought in Debo. Dude, that would be funny. Dude, that would be insane if they did Terry McLaurin, Debo Samuel, and Luther Burden. Would be insane. Oh, funny for the Bengals if they took Burden. Yes, that would be insane. Halfback. I'm like, ugh. But corner would also, I think, make some sense. They've got Jonathan Jones, but they did bring in Lattimore. Maybe they do safety. I could see that as a possibility. Like maybe Makuba goes here. I don't know. It could be a lot of. There's a lot of different things they could do, but maybe they don't feel as in love with like the top. I mean, Benjamin Morrison is still here, who I think is extremely good, but maybe this is a little early to take him. So I think we'll just stick to Hampton again, which is a little lame, but it is what it is. Now the Cardinals are on the clock. What do they do now? Because they traded their pick a long time ago with Buffalo. Buffalo traded up to 16 to get Will Johnson. And now the Thomas. Oh, that's true. Azarie Thomas. Yeah, we'll do that. I like that move a lot. Burden has still not gone yet. And I think that might be what we do for the Eagles here at 32. But for the Chiefs, we're sitting here at 31. Grant for Philly. Well, let's focus on Kansas City right now, Fannin. Oh, do I dare? Do I dare do it, man? Do I dare take Fannin? Dude. There's no, I can't. I can't, dude. Like, that would be insane. That would be insane. But also, like, the offensive line at this point, not looking that crazy. Like, that's what they probably would do. Simmons is not here. I said he was worth a first. But, like, and the offensive linemen here are not available. Do I take Fannin? Okay. I will take Fannin. I'm doing it. And now the Eagles are here. Oh, no, this is actually going to work out really, really well. We're going to have the Eagles take Kenneth Grant. I think. Let me double check. That actually, well, maybe. That might work out really well. We'll do Kenneth Grant to the Eagles. And then the Browns are up on the clock now at 33. And do they take Luther Burden or do they take Jalen Milroe? I mean, they took Carter, right? So they don't have a receiver. They brought in Flacco already. I feel like Burden makes a lot of sense for Cleveland here. Matt fuming right now after the Fannin pick. Dude, I like the more people we can upset, the better, honestly. That's how these mock drafts go. Burden and Judy would cook. Okay, we will take Burden to Cleveland. Who's the quarterback? Flacco, baby. Giants back up at 34. Who do they take? Well, remember, they already gave up a good bit. They traded up, or they took Mason Graham at 3. They traded back up to 9 to take Shedeur Sanders. All right, so now they're sitting here at 34. I don't even know how they still have this pick. But we're going to make it work. Probably, some offensive line maybe, or They already took Mason Graham, so maybe they could go DB. There's a lot they could do here. They took Mason Graham at 3, baby. I told you, man, we're getting crazy. So they've got Neighbors, Wandale, Slayton, with Russ and Jameis, and Shador is gonna be there to kind of be, again, it's like, oh, they would never do that. Well, the Falcons did it, so they didn't trade up though. It's absolutely ludicrous. Let's see. But Adebo's like good. Banks is good. So they probably wouldn't. They brought in Holland. Their defense honestly looks like pretty legit. Hyper realistic. Their defense honestly looks pretty legit. Like they could go corner, but I don't think they need to. Trying to think about, I mean, the most need would probably be at offensive line, but like Donovan. Oh, you're right. Donovan is available. Donovan Jackson. Yeah, we'll do that. Sure. Connerly. Connerly was also available, but this is like something the Giants would do, right? Just take like the craziest. We're going for craziness here more than anything. Now the Titans are back on the clock at 35. Connerly keeps falling, dude. So does Derek Harmon, Kevin Winston, Trey Amos, Nick Scorton. All these guys are here. Tennessee. What is Tennessee going to do? They've got Calvin Ridley, Treylon Burks, Van Jefferson at receiver. They could probably use a receiver. They've got Sebastian Joseph Day, Devondre Sweat, and Jeffrey Simmons on their defensive line. They've got Draymond Jones, and they've got Arden Key. Man, I'm like, what do you even do here? Like, well, Burden's gone. Burden went to the Browns. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking receiver, but I'm like, the Stanford kid, he is pretty nice. I wouldn't hate that at 35. Yeah. We'll take that. Higgins would have been good too. I can't decide if I like Higgins more or not. Also, I'm seeing the reflection here on my red guitar, and it kind of makes me want to buy some like a white pick guard for it. I think that would look kind of sick. But I won't do it. I cannot pronounce his name. Elik Ayomanor? Ayomanor? I sound like an asshole trying to pronounce these draft prospects' names sometimes. I feel horrible. But Jacksonville on the clock at 36. Earlier in the draft, they took Tet McMillan for wide receiver. I feel like Harmon here would make a bit of sense. Yeah, I feel pretty confident in that. Elik Ayomanor. Who did he project the Niners taking? The Niners are going to take they took Kelvin Banks. I'm sorry. Dude. The Bears are taking Genty. The Niners took Kelvin Banks Jr. Yeah, so we will take Harmon here for the Jags. And now the Raiders are on the clock. The Raiders earlier took Jahad Campbell at 19. At 37, they could use another weapon. And, some of the guys left here. Okay, so we've got just joined. Well, welcome to the live. We're happy to have you. The Eagles took at 32 Kenneth Grant. He fell all the way down in the first round, so that was working out well. The Bears took Genty, but they did not trade with the Patriots to do it. Raiders take RB. That's what I was thinking. And my next running back would be Henderson. So I think that's just what I'm going to do here is take Travion Henderson. And I feel happy with that. Their offense would look pretty stupid. Hampton's gone. Hampton is off the board. So now the Patriots are back on the clock at 38. Remember, at the beginning of the draft, they took Travis Hunter. They traded up with Cleveland to take Travis Hunter. And now they are sitting here. Probably could use some offensive line. Connerly's available. I imagine that's what they would do sitting here at 38. No, you don't mean that about Henderson. Take it back. Take it back. But I'm gonna take Josh Connerly Jr. out of Oregon for the New England Patriots. And now the Bears are back on the clock. Remember, they took Ashton Genty earlier. So that's another team that could go defensive line. What are we doing to secure the Bucs Super Bowl? That's a great question, man. There's, a lot of things that we could do. I think the first is Genty, Hampton, Scatabo. No, Scatabo's mid. He's too slow, man. He's like Audric Estime, but worse. And Judkins is not. I don't think Judkins is better than Henderson. No, not Judkins. Not Scatabo, man. Not Scatabo, not Judkins. Give me Travion, brother. Chicago is on the clock. I kind of want to go defensive line here. TJ Sand. Oh, no, you know who I want? I want Talik Williams. Great. Great value, baby. Minnesota is on the clock. I don't think I had them taking anyone in the first round, right? Because they traded with the Saints. So this is their first pick of the draft. They could also go running back, honestly. Scat Pack. He does not move like a Scat Pack, I'll tell you that much. Minnesota's on the clock. They could potentially use a running back. They did bring back Aaron Jones, but after that, it's not looking too hot for them. Well, they didn't trade for Kerr. We're talking Minnesota. He moves like an F-150, and that's enough for me. No, I drive a Lexus, brother. Scatabo to the Vikings. Honestly, that's not a horrible fit. Like, that kind of works out pretty nicely, doesn't it? I think it's a little early for that. That's kind of my only thing. But, well, Travion's already gone, dude. I took Travion. I gave the Raiders Travion. Caleb Johnson's kind of nice. The question is, would you rather have a corner or a running back for Minnesota? Like, would you rather have like Trey Amos, Benjamin Morrison, Maxwell Hairston, or a running back? Hairston to the Vikings. Is that a guy? Is that a guy that that fits in that defense? To me, Benjamin Morrison feels like the right fit. But if the people want Hairston, that's who I will take. Because, like, I feel like the Vikings love to just... 2 hip surgeries. I can't trust it. You know, and here's the thing. That was my exact reason for being out on Tua. So, like, maybe I should be out on Morrison for the same reason. For the sake of consistency. You know what, Makuba? Ooh! Ooh. That would be nice. Well, okay. Makuba's great, but, like, what are we just discounting Theo Jackson, man? They did. How much did they give Theo Jackson in his extension? Okay, nothing crazy. They could take Makuba. We're at pick 40. So really anything's on the board here. And Emin Wari is still an option too. Like, okay. Let's take Makuba here. Let's take Makuba. He said, what? Emin Wari? No. We're taking. No, yeah, Minnesota would take Emin Wari here. And then Chicago is back on the clock. They can take Makuba. Yep. Chicago's back on the clock here. They take Makuba at 41. Are we on board for that? Tell me we're on board for that. No, they already took Genty. Man. They don't need another back. They already took Genty. We're good on running backs. 2 RB offense, that, you know, it would move me. It would, but no. We're taking, I feel like you got to go Makuba, man. Right? Like, their first pick was Ashton Genty. Their second pick was Talik Williams. And now we're on their third pick, which is, I'm saying it should be Makuba. Scatabo and Genty for Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson would love that shit, wouldn't he? Oh, he would love that shit. He would eat that up. Wouldn't he? He would absolutely eat that up. Take a linebacker. I do like, you know what? I do like Demetrius Knight a lot, actually. Okay, yeah, and Scatabo's a good engagement. Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it for the rage baiting. No. I'm going to do it for the rage bait. We're going to take Scatabo. Ben Johnson would love that shit. He's going to eat that up. The Jets are here at 42. Dude, I always get a kick out of the Jets depth chart on ESPN. Just doesn't have anyone. It's literally it's Sauce Gardner, Quantez Stiggers, Chris Boyd, and Andre Sisco, and Jalen Simpson. That's the whole depth chart. Okay, we're here with the Jets, man. Let's focus on the Jets. Well, in the first round, they took Will Campbell. Defensive line would make sense here. TJ Sanders is available. Yeah, we already got O-line, so we're good. We're in the second round. Those guys are all gone, right? All the top offensive linemen are gone. If you want another guy, maybe we could take Booker. TJ Sanders is probably the best defensive lineman left. Alexander is here, the Toledo guy. Piggies, baby. We could pull a page out of Theo's book and take Piggies. But I feel like defensive line is probably the spot. Running back. Hey, while we're at it, why don't we just take receiver, man? Right. I mean, what they got? They got Garrett Wilson. And I mean, dude, honestly, like receiver might be the play. Like a guy like Jaden Higgins. Like, yeah, the tight ends are gone. I feel like Piggies. I'm not taking Piggies here, dude. I'm not doing it. No. We can't rage bait in back-to-back picks. Piggies is cool. He's good, but, like, no way. No way people are going for that. I'm thinking either Jaden Higgins or TJ Sanders. I got to vote for Sanders. Get in van? Question mark. I got to vote for Sanders. Karen Lacey. All right, we're going to take Sanders. We're going to take Sanders. That's true. Garrett Wilson's in control now. 49ers are back on the clock. In the first round, we had them taking Kelvin Banks Jr. Probably I could either go with pair another linebacker in there. Bro said, give me Landon Jackson. Arkansas. Okay. We got 2 votes for Landon Jackson. I'll take him there. If that's who you guys want. Hey, yo, pause. Dallas. Okay. Dallas in the first round took Grayzable because someone said to. Okay? This has to be receiver. This has to be receiver, man. Right? I have not seen the Landon Jackson high school clip. This has to be Higgins for Dallas, right? It has to be. Beck. I think I'd rather have Higgins than Beck. Well, if it isn't bench warmer Bran, All right. I'm taking. They could take a running back. I mean, they just need a weapon, right? Whether it's a running back or a receiver, it doesn't really matter. But I think Higgins is the guy to go with here. So that's who I'm taking. I'm listening to myself this time. Colts are back on the clock. I feel like, I mean, who do they even have right now? They did bring in Travarius Ward. They could definitely serve to get another corner or maybe even a safety. They have Cam Bynum and Nick Cross. It's looking pretty frail. Better treat my Patriots right. Dude, I had the Patriots trading up with the Browns to take Travis Hunter. And then in the second round, I had them taking Josh Connerly Jr. I hope you're happy. You're sold. All right, man. That's all I need is your stamp. The DBs are pretty good. I would give him a linebacker. Here's the thing. If I take a linebacker, I feel like people are going to be upset. Everyone loves Franklin. But honestly, I agree. I'm going to take Demetrius Knight. I think he's really good. You don't like Knight? You don't like Knight? Knight's too old. How old is he even? He's not that old. Okay, he's so old they don't put his name on. He's 25. Bassa. I'd rather have Knight or Schlesinger. I would take either of those guys. I don't care who they like. I care who I like. They just need good players, man, on defense. They just want good players on defense. They got guys like Latu and Pay and Grover Stewart and Buckner. You just bring another good player. I mean, they took Latu last year, even though like the big concern was like, oh, the injury stuff. Winston jumped up recently. We'll take Schlesinger. Let's take Schlesinger. That seems to be an okay compromise. He's not 90 years old. The Falcons are now up. The Browns 9-8 now. More like, yeah, probably 9-8. Well, in the first round we had them taking Ezzy. I mean, we could give them another edge, but you know, do they need it? He shouldn't fall this far. Probably not. Same with Winston. They've got Diablo, Caden Ellis, Leonard Floyd, Ebiketie. Honestly, like, Connerly is gone. They do need pass rush. I don't disagree. But I'm like, dude, I really want to give them okay, what if I'm just trying to find a landing spot for I haven't done a trade in a while. Would anyone want to trade up for this pick? Spy, no pass rush, and drop 10. Yo, no one's ever thought of that before. They actually just have 4 spies and Scorton here. Okay, we'll just take Scorton, I guess. 2 edge rushers. Falcons take Scorton. Cardinals are now on the clock. They could go. Yeah, Scorton was still here. So is Winston. So is Trey Amos. Darius Alexander, Benjamin Morrison, Xavier Watts. He's 20. The Niners should have taken him. The last pick the Cardinals did, they took Azareye'h Thomas at 30. Now they're sitting here at 47. What could they possibly do? Whole lot of options here. They have a really weird receiving room. I feel like they could bring in another guy. Alexander would, they could always bolster their defensive line. They brought in Dalvin Tomlinson and Calais Campbell, so I don't know really if they would do that. And they've got Josh Sweat. Draft Marv's replacement. Yes, dude. Definitely. I don't know. Receiver to me does feel like the optimal pick. Like we already took a corner. I could see them doing another safety. Right? Like this could be a Winston. We'll say either Beck or Winston. Give me either Beck or Winston. Any corner. They already got a corner, man. Second round. They could take another. I'm pretty sure Amos is still here. They are not taking Nick Nash. Trey Harris is available. Kyle Williams is also available. I don't know why I couldn't see him earlier. There he is. Both of these guys are available. But I'm thinking Beck. Trey Harris causes controversy, then we have to pick him. No, we're going to take Jack Beck here at a TCU. Miami Dolphins on the clock at 48. In the first round, the Dolphins they traded up and took Malachi Starks. They are back on the clock now. Could they use another inside linebacker to go alongside Jordan Brooks? I don't think that would be a bad pick. They could potentially use another corner. We already gave him a safety. Yeah, Tua doesn't deserve offensive line at this point. The only guy left to take is Booker. So if you really want offensive line, we could go Booker, or I would say either take Amos or Morrison, Knight, or Booker if you really want offensive line. But I would say Give me Ravel. I'm not a Ravel guy. No. A vibranium helmet. Your options are Trey Amos, Benjamin Morrison, and Demetrius Knight. Donovan Jackson is gone. The Flacco signing really does not move me, but I get that he is the last guy to get the Browns to the playoffs, but yo, did I see? Yes, dude. Drew Allen is in here. What? How do you feel about Ollie Gordon, dude? I have not watched him yet, but I've heard a mixed bag of things. Yeah, dude, he put up some crazy numbers in 2023. 21 touchdowns, 1,700 yards, and he is 6'2", 225. But I have not watched his tape yet. All right, I am making an executive decision then for the Dolphins to take. Oh, we never took Hairston. So I'll take Hairston. I do not like Ravel. I think Ravel is completely mid. I would take Hairston over Ravel. Hairston can be a compromise here. Hairston can be a compromise. Can Hairston be the compromise then, man? All right, we'll take Hairston then for Miami. I don't even think Ravel looks that good on tape. I don't know. I'm not a fan. Let me look at my notes on Ravel. I'll read you my notes on Ravel from the video we did. Aggressive flowing downhill. I think it can be a real positive in run support. I think he's got kind of a choppy first step in close quarters coverage, in press. It's just there's times where it's not even that he's pressing, but you'll see some guys like Benjamin Morrison does this really well. Travis Hunter does it exceptionally well. When they're in close quarters, they're incredibly patient, right? They don't just start chopping their feet and panic and move at the first sign of movement from a receiver. They just kind of wait for the guy to do something, and then they just have great reaction to that. He's incredibly high stanced. Especially in his back pedal. He'd stand straight up. There's a play that I really did not like. He gave up an outbreaker while playing the flats in cover 2, because he bit inside on a play where he very obviously had help, and he just gave up an outbreaker and gave up a first down there. And then because he's so high stance, he gives up. He struggles to close on the upfield shoulder. So if he's in his back pedal and someone tries to run a dig on him, he's going to struggle to close on that because he's already super tall and long in his stance. These are games from this year. And when he's at the top of, when he's trying to break on a hitch, he has to fully break down to break on these. And again, it's just because he's standing too tall. I don't care that the production's great. You have to have better technique to play corner in the NFL than he does. Cincinnati's on the clock. Pick 49. Early on, we had them taking Walter Nolan for the defensive line, We could go linebacker here for them. I need to get... I'm making an executive decision. They are taking Demetrius Knight. They just need a veteran defensive presence. They're already losing Trey Hendrickson, man. So we're taking Demetrius Knight there. Seattle is on the clock now. He's a veteran year one. Seattle O-line. Yeah, I mean, they've got to go O-line again. We took, last time we took Membao. I guess the next best guy here would be Booker we could take. If they come out of the draft with Membao and Booker, I don't know if Seahawks fans would be happy with that. Thing is, like, you could put Membao at guard and put Booker at tackle, man. That's the thing. I don't know if Booker is a good fit, but like, it's just kind of a weak offensive line class, if I'm being completely honest. Could they trade this pick for a starting caliber offensive lineman? Tyler Cooper out of Minnesota? Or are you talking Ursery? A tackle. I'm like, Tyler Cooper? That's a little early for Tyler Cooper, man. There's no Joel. Yeah, that's fair. Dude, the Seahawks need everyone on the offense. Like, here's the thing. Like, everyone is hurt for them all the time. I'm okay taking Ursery here. It's not that Cross isn't... Like, Cross is good. Cross is good, and I can't remember their other guy's name, but I like him a lot, too. Abe Lucas. I like Cross. I like Abe Lucas. The problem is that those guys are always hurt. So it's just like, they just need depth too. So like, they really could use every spot on the offensive line just for the sake of health. Oh, people are liking Millum more? Okay, we'll take Millum then if that's who the people want. Okay. I'm surprised. I didn't realize people liked Millum that much. Why did Cam Williams' draft stock fall? Because he's mid, dude. Here's the thing, okay? I watched... What game was I watching of Texas? And I was mostly watching for... Kelvin Banks, and I was like, dude, this Kelvin Banks guy is kind of nice, like strong hands, like he's latching on to people. But I'm like, there's a lot of pressure coming off the right side, and it's concerning. Cam Williams to me just, I don't know, he just doesn't have it, man. I'm just like, every time I watch Texas, I feel like he's always getting beat. Seattle could have gone receiver there, too. I mean, there's definitely guys available, but their offensive line stinks, dude. It's so bad. Denver is back on the clock. If I remember correctly, we took a receiver for them. We took Matthew Golden at 21. I probably want to take a... No, there's no tight end that I would take here. I mean, there's the Miami guy, Arroyo. There's Mason Taylor, but Gunnar Helm. I don't love any of those guys. TBH, 3BH, to be honest. Caleb Johnson, I wouldn't hate here. Judkins is available. We'll do either Caleb Johnson or Keyshawn Judkins. Caleb Johnson, Keyshawn Judkins. We got to vote for Caleb. We are on Denver. For Denver, Caleb Johnson or Keyshawn Judkins. Got to vote for Johnson. 2 votes for Johnson. Uh-oh. Another vote for Johnson could end it here. Okay, we're taking Johnson. And Seattle is back on the clock, and now they can take a receiver. We could take Kyle Williams here out of Washington State. We could take Trey Harris. Kyle Williams for sure. That's what I'm feeling pretty confident in taking Kyle Williams here. Trey Harris, faux show. I don't know. Tesla. No. Harris is still here. Kyle Williams. TCU, Savion Williams. Let's take Kyle Williams here. We'll do Trey Williams or Trey Harris for Green Bay coming up. Green Bay's coming up in a couple of picks. We could take him there because we took an edge rusher earlier. Or do you want to take Trey Harris now and give Kyle Williams to Green Bay? It doesn't matter to me. I've seen a couple votes for Harris here for Seattle. So we'll go Harris. Okay. Tampa Bay is on the clock. They traded up earlier to take Mike Green. They haven't picked in a long time. Off-ball linebacker feels like the play here. Maybe corner. There's definitely Trey Amos and Benjamin Morrison are available. Yeah, they actually might have to go corner. So, yeah, to me, I don't know if there's another corner or another off-ball linebacker that I really like this high at 53. Amos or Morrison are my next 2 guys. I mean, those guys have fallen incredibly far. Right. I mean, I think Morrison has incredible technique. And I like Amos a really good amount. Too. He had one really bad game against Florida. Yes. Really bad game against Florida, really good game against Georgia. I'm looking at my corner notes. To me, Benjamin Morrison feels just like great man coverage. Is just going to line up and guard whoever you need him to. Physical. Amos has great trail technique. 2 hip surgeries can't do it. We'll take Amos. Here. Green Bay is back. They're going to take a receiver. They're going to take Kyle Williams. The Chargers are on the clock. Early on, we had the Chargers taking Emeka Egbuka. We're only doing 2 rounds, so we're almost done here. We've got like 10 more picks. I love Morrison. It's just like every time we get to a pick, I'm just like, they don't really need a corner, so I just kind of pass on him. Ah. So, Chargers are on the clock. A running back to pair with Najee. Dude, they have Hassan Haskins. What are you talking about? I could see that though. Receivers would look pretty nice already. I don't love any tight ends at this point. Offensive line's pretty good. I would say either an edge rusher, but I don't think there's anyone left that I really like at this point. Yeah. So no one off the edge. I still like Benjamin Morrison, and I think he would be a good fit here. Or they could take a running back. Judkins is here. Sampson is here. But if I'm going BPA, and sometimes I do, interior offensive line makes a lot of sense. I don't disagree. But I'm going to take Morrison. Sorry. Got to go with my guys sometimes, man. Dude, yeah, I don't know why they've got Jack Sawyer ranked that high, too. All right, so now we're on with the Buffalo Bills. Who do I want the Browns to draft? I want them to take Travis Hunter. I want them to take Travis Hunter so bad. What should I get from Skippers tonight? Okay, this is my go-to Skippers order. Any Miami of Ohio students listening, pay attention. You're going to get a BLT on a French roll. And of course, you're going to get the waffle fries. It's peak. All right, Buffalo is on the clock. Early on, we had them trading up for Will Johnson. So they already have a corner in this draft. They could take... Winston for the Bills. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. That's a good pick. I like that a lot. They could go for a receiver. There's not really anyone here that I would take over Winston, though. Winston falling this far is pretty crazy. The Carolina Panthers. Back on the clock. Early on, they took Jalen Walker, 8th overall. And now sitting here with the 57th pick. Defense. Dude, I mean, this is the thing with the Panthers, is they're kind of a little bit of a need-everything team. And so, Ravel. Fine, I'll take Ravel. I had the Buccaneers trading up to get Mike Green. Dart is already gone. Yeah, I guess we'll go Ravel here. Texans are on the clock. They took Josh Simmons in the first round, 25th overall. What should they do now? They've got Nico Collins, Christian Kirk, and Tank Dell at receiver. It wouldn't hurt to bring in another guy. Joe Mixon at running back. I feel like they probably just need more offensive line. Booker feels like a good pick here. for them. Either Booker or Ursery, I would say. All right, let's vote Booker or Ursery. Scene 2. Okay. All right, we're taking Booker. Ravens are on the clock now. Okay, so who are the consensus players that are falling at this point? Darius Alexander, they could take. In the first round, they took Mykel Williams. They could take Darius Alexander. They could take Xavier Watts. They could take... That's pretty much it. Take a kicker. In the second round, Ryan Fitzgerald, baby. What? Makuba's still here. No, we never took Makuba. I feel like they have to take Makuba. Dude. We never took Makuba. I feel like it's got to be him. Yeah, dude. That's the most Ravens pick ever. Shout out Theo. Yeah, that's going to be like the Ravens always do this, right? It's just like the Lions are now on the clock, pick 60 in the first round. They traded out to get Trey Hendrickson, and the Bengals took James Pierce. So they got Trey Hendrickson in the first round, basically. And the Lions now sit here with... He just fits the history. The Steelers got Jackson Dart, brother. Lions are sitting here with pick 60. So they got an edge rusher to pair with Hutch. Dude, Dart is horrible. And that's why I mocked him to Pittsburgh. Oh, man. I'm a real jokester sometimes, man. I'm going to have the Browns trade up and take Milroe here, because I'm pretty sure Milroe's still available. I think that's what I'm going to have happen here. Is I'm going to have the Browns trade back in and take Milroe. All right. All righty. The Browns got Milroe. Milroe should have gone. Yeah, but I'm not giving the Steelers Milroe. I'm a Browns fan. I literally just did it because he stinks. Oh, I see someone wanted Tate Ratledge or a cornerback for Baltimore. The best player available, I think, was Makuba there, probably. The Browns did not get Hunter. The Browns in this draft so far have Jalen Milroe, Luther Burden, and Abdul Carter. So, Washington is on the clock once again. Earlier, we took Amari and Hampton, so they got a running back. We could go offensive line here. We could go Ursery. But they already have Tunsil. Watts. Yeah, no, actually, that's the pick. You're right. You are correct. Yeah. We'll take Watts here. Or let me make sure there's no one else. Yes, we will take Watts. Okay. Buffalo back on the clock. Once again, they took Winston earlier. Before that, nothing. Or no, before that, they took Will Johnson. So they've got 2 DBs from this class so far. What more can Buffalo do? Could they trade back? Is there another team that could trade up and take Darius Alexander? Or does Buffalo just take him here? Yeah, Jalen Milroe learning from Joe Flacco. Shoot me. We could take Royals, Restrepo, Knoll, Savion Williams, or Isaiah Bond would be. I mean, you could. Right? It's just like, what kind of receiver would you really want? And none of these guys really scream my name. We are not taking Nick Nash. Yeah, they could take Darius Alexander here. Okay. Kansas City on the clock. We got 2 more picks. Kansas City and Philadelphia. For the Chiefs, we could take, let's see. They could also use some defensive line help, honestly. Early on, we had them taking Harold Fannin Jr. Oh my gosh, that was so funny. Dallas came out with Gray Zabel and Jaden Higgins. Oh, that's right. That's right. We need Ursary. Okay, Ursary to the Chiefs, done. And then Kansas City, Philadelphia Eagles. In the first round, they took Kenneth Grant. And then the Eagles. Why do I feel like Restrepo would go here? Ratledge is here. That could be a very Eagles pick. I would say either JTT or JTT, Tate Ratledge. Tackle. Thank you. I mean, there aren't really any. The offensive linemen are looking very, very frail at this point in the draft. Josiah Stewart. Ooh, that is a good idea. I like Josiah Stewart a lot. I will do that. Yes. Okay. Bang. All right, that's the draft. It's still trying to load it. Dude, if this doesn't load, I'm going to be... Dude. Why is it... Why is it not loading? Oh, no. Oh, no, dude. 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 Oh, no. No, dude. This sucks. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna have to, like, go back through this live and, like, pick out all my picks again. Well, it's not even about the I just want to see the picks. I'm trying to see. I don't know if you can look at my draft. If you can look at your draft history on the PFF simulator. I haven't seen anything about. Dude. I'm just going to have to figure it out. But I'll go do that later. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm going to have to go and figure this out. And until next time, I will catch you all on the flippity flop.